One.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first ever Wally Awards. This show will happen every Saturday where we give awards to Red Sox players, perhaps sometimes outside of Red Sox Nation when appropriate. May get into that tonight. No more spoiler alerts. I am Terry Cushman, and you can find the regular Bastards of Boston Baseball podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Please subscribe to those, but more importantly, subscribe to this YouTube channel where you can find all of our content, including Hot Take Tuesdays and the Red Sox Top 5 Deep Dives. That show is released on Thursday. Tons of content. I have the Southern Bastards of Boston Baseball with me tonight. Scott Warren, Robbie Ammons. How are you guys?
Great.
Doing great. Trying to lick my wounds from what just happened about, I don't know, about 15, 20 minutes ago. But hey, we're going to be all right. We're going to push through it. They have fit my predictions from last week.
We're not going to talk about Bogarts' epic defensive lapses, which led to a 3-run bomb and ruined Martin Perez's good start in Game 1 of the Texas Rangers series.
Not that we've given that any thought.
But I just got into it. So the Wally Awards this week, we have 4 categories with 4 winners. So getting right into it, category number 1, Best Director in a Drama, Scott.
And the Wally Award winner for Best Director in a Drama with a happy ending, we hope is soon to come, that we sure as hell, beyond a shadow of doubt, did not see coming because we are Red Sox fans. And the winner is Haim. Let go of my ears. I know what I'm doing, Bloom. Congratulations, Haim. Apparently, you know what you're doing, buddy.
15-10. I think we're the best record in the American League, but yep. he does have big ears. Robbie, thoughts on Haim Bloom winning the Best Director in a Drama?
I like it. I really do. Like what he's done. Good job. So far.
I've got mixed feelings about him. There's things that annoy me about the Red Sox chief baseball officer, as he likes to refer to himself as. I will give Bloom credit for one thing. He's done an excellent job with the bullpen. Garrett Whitlock has been a revelation. Hirokazu Sawamura, I know he got roughed up in the Rangers game tonight, but has one of the nastiest splitters we've seen since Koji Uehara, ironically from the same country, ironically wears the same uniform number. Matt Andrews, so kudos there. A little bit worried about the bats, as we've been seeing. So, but I never imagined we'd be in first place this late in the month of April.
No.
Scott, thoughts on Bloom?
Bloom, you know, I can be, as pretty much anybody in Red Sox Nation, I can be the best and worst critic of pretty much anybody off the Red Sox organization. I don't care if all they do is scrub the toilets. I could probably find a reason to bitch about it. The team that he's put together, let's reference Tampa Bay, okay? They came literally out of nowhere. And I mean, these guys, I mean, hell, they're in the ALCS. They're playing, they're winning games left and right. And now that he's with us, I mean, look what he's done in a short amount of time. He's pissed me off. Don't get me wrong. But what he has done with, like you were saying, Terry, the bullpen, let's just look at that. I mean, last year, our bullpen was ass. I mean, let's just say it for what it is. It was horrible. We couldn't finish games. It was much like the 2019 season. Our pitching was horrible then. You know, now back then, before Ryan Brazier had an aha moment, in 2019, we could be up by 4 or 5 runs. They're going to put him in the game for God only knows whatever reason, and we're about to lose the game. guaranteed almost every single time that happens. This year, it's not the case. We go in, we get a lead, we hold the lead, or we come from behind after we get through their first pitcher, which is kind of a pattern that the Red Sox have had. So, I mean, he's done a great job. I feel bad that I can't complain about him, but you know, it is what it is. We're winning.
I think if one of Garrett Richards or Nick Pivetta pan out and have a quality season, then at that point you have to give Bloom a lot of credit. That's what it would take to win me over.
Yeah.
Yep. Agreed.
Category number 2, best supporting player. Scott.
The Wally Award for best supporting player that everyone wanted going because Sandy Leon was the solution to everything and was the key reason our pitching sucked at the time. But nobody is talking about this now because they were all dead ass wrong. And the winner for the category is Christian Vasquez. Congratulations, Mr. Vasquez. You are the player that we all, I all knew that you could be.
Robbie, thoughts on Christian Vasquez winning best supporting player?
I mean, I'm not a real big Vasquez person. I think he should have been gone a couple years ago and kept Leon, but
you like him now though, don't you?
He's growing on me slowly, but I mean, he's there. I mean, I'm still not, like I said, he's growing on me, but I'm still not sold on him. I think that he can't handle the pitching staff. So that's my take.
That's an excellent point, Robbie, because only Eduardo Rodriguez has an ERA under 4, and it's just barely under 4, 3.96. And that was coming into this season. So it probably is lower than that now, but coming into the season had a 3.96 ERA with Vasquez catching him. Everyone else is over 4, and in some cases way over 4. So those are my concerns. His bat has been awesome. He's a great offensive catcher, probably top 3 in the league, maybe even 1 or 2 on a good year. He's still on the right side of 30, but I will say this. In the last week, getting Garrett Richards through that game against the Mets, he was catching him. Got to give him a little bit of credit there. Nick Pivetta, another guy who has had issues with walks, and he's reining them in. So hopefully, for the sake of the Red Sox, this is a turning point, and maybe Vasquez can kind of, in a way, like Jason Varitek, start working well with catchers. Varitek caught 3 no-hitters with 3 different pitchers. So that just, I don't know if anyone else has. Yadier Molina's been around since the dinosaurs and probably has caught some no-hitters, but 3 is a lot. And to have Varitek potentially guiding him, hopefully that's been kind of the turnaround for 2021. Scott, thoughts on Vasquez?
There's only a couple of areas that Vasquez still kind of gets on my nerves. I mean, his hitting has been great this year. He's in a little bit of a slump, so is the rest of the bench for that matter. The areas that he really gets on my nerves is that when he sacrifices a strike to make his little throw down to first or third base to try to catch somebody, that bothers me. Another area that bothers me, and quite frankly, all teams are guilty of this, is when you set up on a shift, like say left-handers in, everybody shifts over to between first and second. You got one guy hanging between second and third, and they throw an outside pitch. That makes no sense to me whatsoever. I mean, when I play ball, it was simple. If they pitched, you hit the ball where it was pitched. I could hit it between both lines without any problem whatsoever. It all depends on where the ball went. and it makes my skin crawl to see somebody in the shift and they pitch to the opposite side of the plate. That drives me nuts. He does that a lot too. But as far as just really just sacrificing the strikes that the pitchers are throwing because he wants to get a highlight or catch somebody sleeping, that that kind of gets on my nerves. And I also think it gets on the pitcher's nerves too. I digress.
I got to say this though. I was a big Sandy Leone apologist. I know he couldn't hit worth a lick, but to turn chicken shit into chicken salad, is that a Southern term? With Rick Porcello to get him to a Cy Young win, even though it was highly controversial and Verlander should have won it. That was amazing. And the one thing Rick Porcello would say about Sandy Leone is if he was off or if he just completely threw to the wrong part of the plate, Leone would get so aggravated, he would literally throw a fastball right back to the pitcher. So it would hit their glove and be like, dumbass, and so I kind of like that. Sandy making the guys step up, but I haven't really checked on him. I know he's with the Marlins and they're an up and coming team, probably going to compete for a wild card. So maybe Sandy goes to the playoffs again.
I just looked him up. He has 20 at bats. He's batting 350, 0 home runs, 0 RBIs. They're using the other guys as primary pitcher there.
Well, they have Jorge Alfaro, who's going to be like a perennial all-star. So
Yeah.
Sandy's probably got the one pitcher that he works with, kind of like Sale, and that's probably how they run it. But I'm sure behind the scenes, his leadership is probably pretty good as well.
Yeah.
Next category. This one's a mouthful. Best player that all of Red Sox Nation wanted to suck. Scott.
And this is probably going to be my favorite for the entire evening. Well, take that back. Next is going to be favorite. This is still in the top. The Wally Award for best player that all of Red Sox Nation wanted to suck because they were all pissed off about Mookie being traded to the Dodgers. But we actually killed two birds with one stone because David Price sucks again and is riding the bench in the bullpen like a crybaby. And the winner is Alex Brady Bunch. Why Brady Bunch? Because Brady is his middle name. Damn it, Verdugo. Thank you very much, Brady Bunch, for making Mookie your bitch.
I had no idea his middle name was Brady.
You're welcome.
But Robbie, thoughts on Verdugo winning this prestigious award?
Well, yeah. It's funny how it's still to this day that people still bring up Mookie in Boston. I'm always like, who? And they're like, Mookie. I'm going to keep going, who? Because once again, he didn't want to come back. But anyway, everybody wanted Verdugo to fail. And I just think it's hilarious that he's not. He is legit. He is legit. He's the one person that I wanted to get back from LA. So I just like him proving everybody wrong.
I knew Verdugo would be adequate at the position with the possibility of being a multi-time All-Star. And I think everybody has to be thrilled with it. And the thing that's so funny about this is we're 15-9 coming into the day, best record in the American League. And we didn't pay $350 million for Mookie Betts. We've gotten here without that. So to all the fans crying at the time, oh, you gotta bring back Mookie. Oh. Come on, guys. We won 3 World Series without Mookie Betts. You can build a talented roster and create chemistry and win games. So, Scott, thoughts on Verdugo or Mookie or both?
Bro, I think the award pretty much says it all. I mean, Verdugo's killing it. We used Mookie primarily in right field. Now, granted, he is one hell of an outfielder. He's really a great player, but I don't see him bringing to the bench. He didn't really do it with us, except for when he was playing well, every single day to the ballpark, just like Verdugo does. Verdugo comes in with a smile. He has a positive effect on everybody that he plays with and is around him. He has that positive effect that we need on the bench, especially in games like tonight. I mean, I guarantee you, as much as he hates losing, I promise you, he was still positive around everybody else on that bench. Um, I've only seen him really get frustrated just a couple of times, but he is always pumping up everybody around him. He plays well, he plays hard, and he plays with the one thing that I want out of every single player if I'm the coach: heart. He plays with heart. That right there will win championships.
Absolutely. And this season's early, and there's a lot of baseball to be played still. We're just about 1 month through. Here's a couple of basic numbers for you. Mookie Betts hitting 250 right now, 2 home runs. Alex Verdugo hitting 313, 3 home runs. So his batting average is 63 points higher than Mookie Betts. Now, will Mookie Betts exceed him in most of the statistical offensive categories? Probably by the end of the year. But I'll tell you this: Mookie Betts is always a no-show in the month of October during the playoffs. Always a no-show. Alex Verdugo has proven to be clutch and come up with big hits and big moments, and he has October stud written all over him. Even if I could put either one on my team the month of October, I'm taking Verdugo. And one other thing, at the moment, Verdugo leads Major League Baseball with outfield assists. He's gunned down base runners from the outfield. He's got 3 of them at the moment. So he's helping the Red Sox win offensively and defensively. I couldn't be more thrilled with Alex Verdugo. He's making $650,000 this year. Mookie's making something like 35 million. Who's the dummies? Who's the dummies?
The Dodgers.
Exactly. The final category, I'll be curious to see how many more episodes we use this exact category. Best romantic comedy. Scott.
I gave this one a lot of hard thought. And there was only one direction. I thought about it really hard. And there's only one direction that I could go with for this. The Wally Award winner for Best Romantic Comedy. That all of Red Sox Nation is literally singing Dancing in the Rain while frolicking in the downpour of Yankee tears. And the winner is the Yankee spot in last place, baby. Congratulations, last place. We hope your asses stay right there all season long.
Robbie, thoughts on the Yankees being extremely romantic?
I'm loving every second of this soap opera drama, whatever you want to call it. It is about time that they're dealing with reality, and I'm loving it. Every second, every loss, every error, every strikeout that Stanton gets, Judge, every time they misplay a ball. Yeah.
Wasn't it? Scott's a little older than me. The Bash brothers, that was McGuire and Canseco, right?
Yeah.
Yep. I lived it.
Yeah. Well, Judge and Stanton are the strikeout twins. They put up nothing but Ks. And the reason why the Yankees are in last place is because they are a last place team. Like Robbie just said, they're last place in every aspect, offensively, defensively. Garrett Cole's pitching out of his mind, but you need more than that. And Brian Cashman's a terrible general manager, and I think he's starting to get exposed. He has a 1990s, early 2000s mindset, as I always like to point out. And I think they're in for a tough season. We wore it last year, thankfully, for only 2 months. They're going to wear it for 6 months, and we're going to laugh our asses off.
Oh yeah.
Scott, thoughts?
There's so many different directions. I mean, for somebody like myself that has somewhat of a twisted sense of humor, I've got one-liners popping off right now, and I cannot grab one. I mean, it's like this is just a dream, man. Red Sox fans, and I mean true Red Sox fans. How many times in my lifetime? I mean, I can't tell you how many times in my lifetime that he ended up with our face in their ass. I mean, it was awful. I mean, and hell, 86 years to finally break the curse, and boom, we won 4. I mean, and hopefully about to win number 5 if we keep playing the way we've been playing. But to see them basically getting punished like little puppies and having their faces just driven down into their pile of shit that they keep laying every single night they go out on the field. That is why I call it a romantic comedy, because it just warms my heart and makes me laugh. That's all I gotta say.
Amen, brother. Well, that basically concludes all the categories we have. So we are going to wrap. Again, you can find the Wally Awards on YouTube every Saturday. And we hope you enjoyed it. I certainly had fun with it. Thought it was a really good, entertaining show. So tune in next week. And again, also on this same channel, we got Hot Take Tuesday and Red Sox top 5 deep dives. Excuse the brain fart. Yesterday was the first episode for that as well. So thank you very much. Take care.
Have a good week, guys.